Welcome back, Last Request Barbecue Show. Special meal today. We are making another Portuguese treat. Check this book out so you too could cook like Portuguese. I got a couple ingredients here from my father-in-law, of course, and mother-in-law, which add a special bit of Portuguese-ness, and of course my beautiful wife. So we're making tuna Madeira-style. All right, what does that mean? Well, first of all, you pick some fantastic tuna up, and then we're gonna coat it, let it sit overnight, and then barbecue it up. It's gonna be amazing. So anyway, pick up this cookbook. It's fantastic. Let me show you this tuna that we got. Sushi-grade tuna. Go for the best. Maybe that's a bit overkill, I don't know, but that's a fantastic looking bit of tuna. I don't eat tuna often, so I decide when I'm gonna eat tuna, I have fantastic tuna. All right, let's get going. All right, so let's get started. Simple recipe, like I said, but like many things in Portuguese cooking, simple ingredients come together to make magic. So first of all, we're gonna get some coarse salt, about a tablespoon in here, and then we're going to take homemade pimenta. You can buy this in the store and make your own crush. We're going to put a healthy amount into there, and then garlic cloves. I'm going to take a bit of a shortcut, put in some garlic puree, and then we mash all these together. Create a bit of a mash. Now there's lots of salt in the pimenta, so you got to be careful with how much salt. You don't want these too salty, but by the time you're going to be soaking these, you're going to soak them in vinegar and water. That's right, vinegar and water. So we're mixing this together. We get a nice paste coming on. Check that out. So we'll do a bit more mixing. Certainly using the garlic paste is helpful. All right, and now what we want to do is get that spread out onto our tuna steaks. It smells amazing. Smells just amazing. All right, so now we're gonna mix equal parts vinegar and water. So we have about 2 cups of water. So we'll put about the equivalent of vinegar. Mix that up a bit, and then coat these so that they're covered. There we go. Interesting, right? I want to pour it right on. I don't want to knock off, but they should be covered. So there we go. All right, and then put it in the fridge, and we wait till tomorrow. All right, it's 24 hours later, almost exactly 24 hours later. Our tuna has been in the fridge marinating in our water, vinegar, and pimenta. We'll put it on a rack here. Looking different, right? Look at the difference in colors. And we'll let that drain on this rack. Look at that, beautiful. And then we're gonna take the marinade, pour the remainder of this liquid in here, and then we're gonna move it in my ensemble pot here with the handy handle. We're gonna move it to the back and bring that to a gentle boil. We really wanna reduce that by about half. So we got that going. We're also gonna make some lovely asparagus, and on that asparagus, we're gonna use some Cattleman's Grill from our friends at All Barbecue Canada. It's almost asparagus season in Ontario. These are still Californians, but that's okay. So next step, let's get the tuna. We want it a little bit drier. Pat it dry first. It's absorbed lots of this stuff. Just dry the surface. And then for some of them, we're actually going to cut it a little bit. I am going to cut this into smaller pieces anyway with my Dale Strom knife, because I don't want to cook the whole thing just as it is. And I'm going to make a couple of cuts. Let's see. Seeing the way it goes, I'm going to cut it here. Like that. Look at that. Check that out. Beautiful. That's a bit too big, so I want to cut that into 2. This one I'm going to cut as well. My wife likes her tuna better cooked, and it is hard to get it the way she likes it, this thick, without ruining, burning the top and ruining the fish. So this actually works out quite nicely, as does this knife actually. So there we go. Look at that, eh? It's beautiful on that side. Here's our side with the marinade. And then we've got another piece here. So again, we'll do the same thing. We'll cut this into 2 pieces. So we've got these different pieces. Now, so that's resting comfortably. So what I want to do now is check the temperature, looking for something super, super hot. That's good, 581, 5, that's heated up quite nicely. So I'm gonna put my wife's on first. Now on this, I'm using Camelina oil. You need a high smoke point oil. I prefer Canadian made, thanks to 3 Farmers for the Camelina oil supplies. And you'll see it doesn't smoke up. Here, we'll just Smooth that around, spread that around, and let's get our first piece of tuna cooking up. Oh yeah, listen to that. Amazing. Hey, look at that. Now while that's cooking up, obviously that's not going to take too long. I'm going to get some Camelina oil going in this pan because I'm going to do the asparagus in here. I want to be ready to get these on because they're only going to be on. The other pieces for Emmett and I are going to be on considerably less, but I want to do this one up. You know, looking at that, I might actually do another couple of pieces for Paula because she could have it for lunch. She loves her lunch. And there, let's put this one down. Perfect. Nice night out today. It's about 7 or 8 degrees, which is like tropical compared to what it's been. So it's very nice again to cook out here. That is way more done than I prefer it, but it's how Paula likes it, so there you go. That's done, so let's put that up here. This one could use a little bit here, and this one again is thicker as well. So we'll keep that going like that. Let's check on our reduction here. Whoa! Pulled that a little too fast. Forgot how much was in there. Whoa! We're out of control here. Slow down. Slow down. So let's get our asparagus going. Let that cook for a while, and then we'll add the Cattleman's Grill, which is a nice blend. This one, I'm going to call that one. Oh yeah, that one's done. Let's start with our other pieces of tuna. Beautiful. Beautiful. Sounds great. This is the sounds you missed in that episode I shot where the sound wasn't working. And I like to move it around as soon as I put it down because that way it doesn't stick. I'm going to leave that there for a few minutes. It's a little hard to judge, actually. This one, that's done for sure. Searing very nicely. Oh, that's interesting. It's even hotter there. That's actually hotter on that tray than it is directly over the heat. So that's boiling up now. This will be done pretty quick, actually. Matter of minutes. And let's get our Cattleman's Grill tri-tip here. This one off it comes. Look at that. Beautiful looking piece of fish. There we go. This one as well. There we go. There we go, that one. This one a little longer. You can see this moving around, and I'm going to give it a stir here. We're going to put some fresh parsley. Add a pop of freshness into our marinade. There we go. Now I want these to stay warm, not hot. Look at that beautiful, beautiful tuna. Amazing aromas as well. The tray's nice and hot, so that'll keep it as hot as we want. It's not too cold out, so we'll just wait for this to finish, and then we'll be done. This is almost done as well. And let's check our marinade here. All right. I'm calling that done. And I'm going to shut down and start moving inside. These will just finish in the heat of cast iron. Let's get this onto the table, plate it up, see how we did. Let's first do Paula's pieces, which are more cooked than ours, Emmett's and I's. There we go. So let's plate that up. 3 beautiful pieces of tuna. Now on top of that, we put in some of our marinade on top. There we go. And then let's add some wonderful green asparagus. There we go. Now, Emmett, I'm going to put yours on. I have a piece perfectly, I think, perfectly cut for you. Look at that. Perfectly cut piece for you. It's seared incredibly well, I think, if I do say so myself. Now, do you want asparagus?
Sure.
Sure. Add some greenness to the plate. There we go. Paula, how do you pronounce this recipe?
It's Tuna Madeira-Style.
Tuna Madeira.
On the island of Madeira.
In the Azores, right?
No, it's off the coast of the mainland.
Off the coast of the mainland, okay. Not part of the Azores. So I may have said part of the Azores in the show, but there you go. All right, So put a little marinade on this, and a little on mine. That's it. Bon appetit, everyone.